Hi, my dear student children. So, let us have an awareness session for electronics and telecommunication for the revised pattern and the scheme announced recently by UPSC for IES 2017. You know, in the present pattern, there is a three-stage or three-tier system. So, compared to 2016, in which there is a two-tier system, now 2017 is a three-tier system. So, the tier 1 or stage 1 is also called as preliminary exam, which may be conducted in the month of February. So, this stage 1 consists of paper 1, general studies and engineering aptitude. Time allotted is 2 hours and the marks allotted are 200. So, of this general studies and engineering aptitude, you know, the traditional general subjects like geography, polity, life sciences, history, etc. are almost kept aside, except the current affairs related to national and international. And the general English, which was having a 50% weightage, is almost kept aside. Of course, in addition to that, the logical reasoning and analytical ability is introduced. And again, the engineering mathematics and numerical analysis is also introduced. There are certain subjects which we have studied in our four years BTech, like energy and environmental issues, project management, ICT tools that is related to data communication, design principles, drawing, safety, etc. These are included, which you need not worry. See, most of you have studied them in your 4 years BE or BTech course. So, now paper 2 of the stage 1 is the entire branch of engineering. For you it is the electronics and telecommunication. So, it has 3 hours duration and 300 marks. The subtotal of stage 1 is 500 marks. If you score certain minimum in this stage 1, then only you will be allowed to stage 2, that is mains exam. And of course, the UPSC has every discretion. They may fix certain minimum marks for this general studies and engineering aptitude. They may fix certain minimum marks in this technical objective paper. Altogether, for the entire 500 also, the UPSC may fix certain minimum marks. So, it is going to be a deciding one. Reason, this is not only a screening paper, but the marks obtained in preliminary will be included in the final selection also. So, my dear student children, so you must be very cautious. You cannot take it as a light. Just if you clear it, you will be entering main. No, it is not the question of clearing, but you should secure the maximum marks possible so that you will get the best possible rank in your specialization. Now, let us see stage 2. Whatever technical syllabus is given in stage 1 for object 2 is now divided into 2 papers. So, paper 1 related to electronics and telecommunication, paper 2 also related to electronics and telecommunication. Each paper allotted 300 marks and 3 hours duration. These are conventional questions, means long answer questions. So, we are expecting long answer questions more than, which will consume more than even 10-12 minutes. So, in the 20 years back papers, if you see, the questions related mostly to design aspects. So, in this stage 2 or mains, you can expect not only the theoretical questions but also questions related to applications, design and engineering, electronics and telecommunication engineering. So the subtotal of stage 2, 600 marks conventional. Now stage 1 plus stage 2 total is 1100 marks. So the UPSC may decide in the ratio of 1:10 to 1:12 from stage 1 to stage 2, and they may choose 1:2 to 1:2.5 from stage 2 to stage 3, that is personal interview. Right. Now, this is stage 3, personality test as usual. It has 200 marks weightage. So all the 3 stages together 1300 marks. So you should aim at maximum possible marks so that you will get the best rank. Right. Now stage 1 importance, as I mentioned, it is almost new syllabus. 80% is almost new syllabus. Of course, as I said, engineering mathematics and logical reasoning and analytical ability, they are a part of GATE exam also. You may not have much difficulty. But other subjects are new in the sense for the revised pattern of IES 2017, but you have studied them in your 4 years BTech course. Right. Now, this stage 1, if you prepare seriously in an objective pattern, it is useful for state service commissions of various states. You know, nowadays the state service commissions are also offering very good packages. See, more than 50,000 plus per month means 6 lakh plus. So your preparation for preliminary exam is useful for various state service commission and also for public sector undertakings. As you know, there are so many public sector undertakings like Vizag Steel Plant, SAIL, Bharat Electronics Limited, etc., who are conducting their own exam without linking to GATE. They are conducting their own exams. So for these public sectors, this preparation will be very useful. Reason, you know, in some of these exams, like even CSIR, the engineering aptitude is included. So in this engineering aptitude, the questions related to various specializations they are asking. Fortunately, the engineering aptitude is included in now IES 2017 prelims. So if you prepare for prelims seriously, your success rate will enhance like anything in these public sector undertakings. This is also useful for GATE. See, you know, GATE exam is generally being conducted in the last week of January or first week of February. Maybe the prelims of IES in the month of February only, either in second week or some other week. It means your preparation for prelims is also useful for GATE preparation. But what additional things you have to do? GATE is mostly numerical oriented. Prelims may be mostly conceptual, fundamentals oriented. So you have to prepare a little bit for numerical conventional questions which will carry 3 to 5 marks for GATE. And this preparation will give you a solid foundation for your stage 2 or mains. So for GATE preparation, slight extra with respect to orientation is required. So that's all. Now, as far as prelims is concerned, to solve various objectives, you have to go through all the fundamental concepts. You are also advised to go through some of the standard derivations, because from my experience for teaching for the last 20 years, some of the objectives you can answer only if you can understand the derivation part. So you have to prepare some derivations. So the preparation of these derivations of various concepts will be useful for your mains exam also. So it means almost your prelim preparation is equal to 70 to 80% of stage 2, right. As I mentioned, the prelim preparation is going to be a solid foundation for stage 2. Now, preparation strategy for stage 1. See, I classify the aspirants for IES 2017 as 2 categories. One are just freshers who are going to complete their BTech in the 2016, this year, May or June. For them, for prelims, time of roughly around 7 months is available. So what you have to do? You can't answer or you can't prepare for both long answer, short answer, objective type, general ability, everything in a span of 6 to 7 months, because time is very limited. So what I advise to my dear student children, you can't prepare in an objective way, because general aptitude you have to prepare, engineering aptitude you have to prepare. At the same time, technical subjects, you know, the syllabus of technical papers is increased by 15 to 20%. So in order to clear prelims effectively and also to get the maximum possible score in prelims, say around 400, you better focus on objective approach. Of course, don't neglect the various derivations. See, as far as repeaters are concerned. So repeaters, you might have already studied technical subjects for once or twice. Revision also might be over. You may prepare in parallel to objective conventions also. But don't forget beta, the general studies and engineering aptitude, which is 40% share, which is having 40% share of the prelims, you don't neglect. So for that you need some special focus or special attention. And again, there are some subjects added, some few topics are also deleted. So repeaters may go through conventions also, but special focus must be made on the engineering aptitude and general studies, because it has 40% weightage, that is 200 marks, and prelim marks are also going to be included for final selection. Right. As you know, the prelims is totally fundamental oriented, conceptual oriented, theoretical oriented, and also useful for gate preparation. Right. Now, preparation strategy for stage 2. I told you, long answer questions. I am expecting these long answer questions combining aspects of 1 or 2 subjects together, because for any design problem you need the concepts of more than 1 subjects. So you focus in that plan. Right. Now, what is the time gap between prelims and mains? So as seen, the civil services exam, for civil services the time gap between prelims and mains will be nearly 3 to 4 months. So you can expect same time. Sir, is it sufficient? Absolutely sufficient. Reason, your stage 1 preparation is 70 to 80%. You had a solid foundation. You have gone through the concepts nook and corner. You have understood the various derivations also. You have solved some numerical questions covering 3 to 5 minutes. Then this 3 to 4 months is quite sufficient. So you need not worry, it will be a cakewalk. So the conventional questions, as I said, may be both theory based and design based. Now I have our Professor Kiran and Professor Murali Prasad sir, who will explain the basic changes in paper 1 and paper 2 of IES 2017 with respect to electronics and telecommunication.
Hello friends, there was a Greek philosopher called Plateau who set up a school of learning, and students used to learn in his school for almost 10 years. But centuries later, if you look back and think what Plato was teaching for 10 years, he was actually teaching 8th standard math. A high school student these days will finish it off in less than 6 months. But how is it possible that a 10 years program, you can reduce it to 6 months, like how we do a 4-year program in almost 6 to 8 months? This is possible if both the lecturers and the students, they start on the same page. It is possible that if you follow strict syllabus, the contents of disclosure, if you know the topics and subtopics, then it will really become a reality. And I have to tell you, the lecturers in ESE Academy are highly experienced, so you will not have to waste time here, and there is every possibility that you will crack the exam in the first attempt. Now let's go through the different subjects now. In the old syllabus we had 5 subjects, but in the revised syllabus we had 6 subjects now. So let's take one by one. If you see the old syllabus, it's very clear about the mechanics of current flow, the Hall effect, and the junction theory in the physical electronics. But all of them, and even more than that, is just included in one single sentence called Basics of Electronics. So now you can think that the examiner is quite hasty here, because all this topic is just included in one single sentence there. Apart from that, you have diode transistor basics, you have diodes for different applications, you have MOSFET, you have transistor amplifiers, and it's interesting to see that the operational amplifiers is also included in the basics of semiconductors. So op-amp in some universities is taken as a basic black box where you have to do the linear and non-linear applications. So I have to tell you, this is quite a hasty step. To me, the syllabus is almost the same, except for the fact that the power devices like the SCRs and CTOs, power MOSFETs are deleted. But otherwise, the syllabus remains same. Let us go to the second syllabus now. The second subject rather. In the old syllabus, we don't have any of these contents by large. But in the new syllabus, if you see, this subject deals with the generation of power, the storage of power, and it deals with the different ways of using this power to different electrical machines, right? So starting with the electromagnetism, you deal with Faraday's law, you deal with Lenz's law, and then you move on to single phase AC circuits. You have DC machines, you have synchronous machines, you have induction machines, and different power sources like the hydropower, what you call thermal, nuclear, and different ways of storage which are batteries. These days, even if you have to drive a car or all your portable electronic devices, they don't run without batteries. So to me, this is altogether a new subject, so-called basic electrical engineering. So once you study these two subjects, a student should be quite enough to know the fundamental difference between electrical engineering and electronics. Electrical engineering is a branch which processes power, but electronics engineering is a branch which processes information. So that fundamental difference a student will definitely be able to make out. So in my opinion, all the topics are new, starting from the nodal analysis to all the electrical machines concepts. These are all new. The third subject is the materials and components. See, when you study the first subject, which is the basic electronic circuits, I told you it was quite a hasty step, because he had to go from basics of semiconductors all the way to applications. But how do you go from basics of semiconductors to all the applications? You need a common grounds which would relate these two things, and that common grounds you can learn from the third subject, material science, because material science is a subject which deals with the growth and process of different materials. So you deal with their processing, you deal with encapsulation, you deal with fabrication, bonding, and apart from that you also deal with the reliability and failure issues of different materials. And to me, the only inclusion in this is the nano materials. Nanomaterials is the material science approach to learn nanotechnology. So you learn materials at the nanoscale, where you deal with the different optical, mechanical and electrical properties of all these nanomaterials. So as I told you, the only inclusion is the nanomaterials and the nanoparticles, the rest else remains same. The fourth subject is quite interesting because this subject deals with the real world, because the real world does not have voltages and currents, it has physical quantities. If you want to measure physical quantities like temperature, pressure, flow and level, you need some device which can do that. So as you all know, you will have to go with the different types of transducers and sensors in this subject. And data acquisition systems is one topic that has been extra as I find. But as you all know, instrumentation is a growing subject, and with the inclusion of automatic control in different process plants, this subject is a very growing subject. It's quite interesting. So as I told you, data acquisition systems is one topic that's been included, but rest else remains same. The fourth subject is, the fifth subject is the network theory. Network theory is basically a subject which deals with graphs of symmetrical and asymmetrical between discrete elements. But by and large, if you see that, but from the electronics perspective, it is a subject which teaches you about the teaches you a method of finding voltages across devices and the current through the devices. And there are so many other techniques wherein you will learn to calculate them. But what I find is in the old syllabus you have network synthesis, because if a network is given and you get back to the transfer function, that is fine. But given a transfer function, how will you get back the network? But given a transfer function, you will have to first represent that transfer function with a polynomial equation. And that polynomial equation, what you have to do is by continued fraction or by partial fraction expansion, you will reduce it to different network elements. So that topic is quite interesting, and I would really go for it, but that is missing in the new syllabus. The new syllabus, you don't find a network synthesis. The last subject is the electronics, is the analog and digital circuits. But if you see the old syllabus, there are two different subjects. Analog is different and digital is different. But here, the sixth subject is the extension of the first one. The first subject is the basic electronic circuits, and the analog and digital electronics is the extension of the first subject, because here you try to model different devices, the MOSFET, the diode, the BJT, and for different applications, right? Here you deal with amplifiers, you deal with oscillators, you deal with switches, different types of application. And as you all know, the same digital design is included even here. You have the same Boolean algebra, the logic gates, the combinational sequential logic, you have multiplexers, you have registers, and you have memories and all that. It's the same thing. So to my knowledge, there is no change whatsoever in this subject, but the only thing is it's been mixed. The analog was different, digital was different, but now they try to mix both the subjects. So as I told you, operational amplifiers are included in the basic electronics, and the extension of it, like the filters using operational amplifiers, are there in the sixth subject. So I repeat, first subject deals with operational amplifier, linear and non-linear applications. The sixth subject deals with the operational amplifiers again, but from the concept of filter design. Microprocessors is shifted to paper 2, and but rest else remains same. Thank you very much. I am Kiran, and see you at IES Academy.
Hello friends, I am Murali Prasad. I am going to discuss the changes in paper 2. Earlier there were 7 subjects, but in the revised syllabus there are 6 subjects. When compared with the previous syllabus, the change is 50%. Some of the subjects were included, like advanced topics in electronics, and advanced topics in communications. Some of the subjects were removed like microwave engineering, and some new topics are also included in the various subjects, and two completely new subjects are added like advanced topics in electronics and advanced communication topics. First, the communications. Probability and random variables is included in the new syllabus, but already this topic you are studying in GATE syllabus, and the major changes about AM and FM transmitters and receivers. More emphasis given on transmitters, receivers and the broadcasting standards, because one of the service in IES is the broadcasting service. In digital communications, keying techniques were included. In the earlier syllabus, ASK, FSK and PSK is not included, but in the new syllabus clearly mentioned about the digital modulation techniques, because these are very widely used in wireless communications. The new topic which is added is multiple access techniques, FDMA, TDMA and CDMA. This topic also you are studying in the GATE syllabus, but it is included in the revised syllabus. In the earlier syllabus, satellite communication subject was mentioned, but here it is shifted to communication topic, advanced topic. More emphasis given on fiber optic communications, the basics of fiber optic communication, how the light signal is propagated through a fiber optic cable, and what are the standards, practical standards are included. The second subject, control systems. The major portion of the control systems remains same, but the very important inclusion is signals and systems. In the old syllabus, signals and systems you will find it as a separate subject, but here that subject is included in control systems. So the control system subject starts with the introduction to signals and systems, classification of signals as well as systems, and the various transformation techniques and their applications. The rest of the syllabus is same as control systems. In the earlier syllabus, M circles and Nicholas chart was included, but the topic is removed in the new syllabus. More emphasis given on the design of control systems, how to design a control system using PID controllers, compensation techniques, and what are the various types of industrial controllers. The third subject is computer engineering. The name mentioned in the new syllabus is computer organization and architecture. Here some changes you will find like operating system basics, processes, characteristics, and also what are the various file systems and databases, different types of databases, characteristics, and the transactions and concurrency control. And the very important inclusion is the elements of programming languages, which is not in the earlier syllabus, and about the typical examples. The fourth subject is electromagnetics. Most of the syllabus remains same. More emphasis given on transmission lines, Smith chart, impedance matching, where you can expect more numericals in the conventional paper. In the earlier syllabus, microwave engineering, you will find it as a separate subject, but that subject is removed here, and some topics like S parameters, pulse excitation and its uses you will find. And in the earlier syllabus, it was briefly mentioned as antenna theory, but here more emphasis given on antennas. What are the various types of antennas, what are the propagation, and also the gain calculations, radiation pattern, and also about antenna arrays. These are the some of the changes in this subject. The fifth subject is advanced electronics topics. This is a completely a new subject which is not in the earlier syllabus. The first half of the subject deals with VLSI technology and VLSI design and testing of VLSI systems and examples. In the second portion, you will find about digital signal processing. This subject is not in the earlier syllabus. Here the topics included are about various discrete time signals, systems, and also about filter design. FIR filters, IR filters, and the design, it was mentioned clearly, so you can expect more examples on this topic, numerical problems in the conventional paper. And it was mentioned clearly about the speech, audio and video signal processing techniques. So these are the very important area where you can expect the numerical problems. The last part of the syllabus deals with microprocessors and microcontrollers. In the earlier syllabus, microcontrollers is not there, but it was included in the new syllabus. This subject deals with what are the various basics, interrupts, instruction sets, interfacing techniques, and also the controllers and its uses. Finally, it was mentioned about embedded systems. The detailed syllabus is not mentioned. Some basic knowledge about embedded systems is required. So this is the completely new subject, included more theoretical questions you can expect in the conventional paper, and some numericals you will find in digital signal processing. The last subject, advanced communication topics. Again, this is a new subject included which is not in the earlier syllabus. The subject starts with communication networks, the OSI reference model, what are the various cellular networks types, various types, and also the protocols used in wireless networks like TCP/IP protocols. The second half of the subject deals with satellite and fiber optic communication. In the earlier syllabus, satellite communication was mentioned briefly, but a detailed manner it was given in the revised syllabus. The subject deals with what are the various orbits, orbital mechanics, block diagram, link design calculation. This topic is very, very important for the conventional paper. The last part of the subject deals with fiber optic communication, how the light is propagated through a fiber optic cable, and about the link calculation and the design of a fiber optic system. So this topic is very, very important nowadays, because we can't imagine our life nowadays without internet. The complete backbone of internet is fiber optics. The entire world is connected via fiber optic only in internet. This one. So the last two subjects are added newly in the revised syllabus, which are more important practically. The last two subjects deals with latest trends in electronics and as well as communications. So you can expect more theoretical questions in the last two topics in the conventional paper. This one. So the revised syllabus, the main focus is on the latest trends in electronics as well as in communications. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Hi, you might have got some idea about the changes about the technical papers of electronics and telecommunication from our professors. And if you have any more doubts, and if you need any more clarifications, feel free to approach ACE Engineering Academy. We are always at your service. So ACE Academy is now well prepared and ready to give you classroom coaching. That's motivational guidance, postal coaching, offline or online test series, better than the best for the IES 2017. Believe the ACE, trust the ACE. To win the race, join ACE.